Jerusalem embassy and Gaza protests, 2 dead, 22 Palestinians reported wounded by Israeli gunfire at border fence as Israel police is preparing for the U.S. embassy move from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem with thousands of policemen deployed through the city. At 4 p.m. Israel time, the official ceremony will take place at the U.S. consulate in the Arnona neighborhood of Jerusalem, which will officially become the U.S. embassy this week. Palestinians throughout the West Bank and Jerusalem were urged to turn out en masse to protest the embassy move and take part in Tuesday's 70th anniversary of the Nakba, or catastrophe, as Palestinians term Israel's creation in Ramallah and El Beir. The marches are expected to start at 11 a.m. and proceed to the Kol Ondia checkpoint near Jerusalem. Marches will also leave from other cities, including Bethlehem, Hebron, Nablus and Jericho. 2:45 p.m. Clashes erupt in West Bank. Clashes erupted between Israeli security forces and Palestinian protesters marching from Ramallah towards the Kol Ondia security barrier near Jerusalem. Israeli army is also confronting dozens of protest marchers in the north of Bethlehem. Jack Curry, 12:41 p.m. Second Palestinian killed in Gaza protest, 69 reported wounded. A Palestinian, 29, was killed by Israeli live gunfire east of Jabalia, the Gaza Health Ministry reports. This is a death reported from Monday's protest. According to a report by UP, 69 Palestinians have been wounded from various causes. The number wounded from live gunfire is undetermined. Jack Curry, 12:35 p.m. Hundreds attend Nakba Day commemoration in Tel Aviv. University lawmakers from the Joint List joined hundreds of students and participants commemorating Nakba Day in Tel Aviv University on Monday. Jack Curry, 12:21 p.m. Palestinian killed in protest, says Gaza Health Minister Ayaz Hamdan, 21, was killed from live gunfire east of Khan Yunis, according to the Gaza Health Ministry. 22 Palestinians have been reported wounded from live gunfire thus far. Jack Curry, 12:18 p.m. Erez crossing open for humanitarian purposes on Erez crossing on the northern end of the Gaza Strip, through which goods and merchants enter Gaza, is open only for humanitarian purposes on Monday in light of the protests. Ahmed Ben Zikri, 12:12 p.m. Israeli Army, 10,000 protesters amassed at Gaza border. Israeli army spokesperson said 10,000 protesters are gathered along several flashpoints, with several thousands more at the tented area 500 meters away from the fence. The IDF is responding with riot control measures and in accordance with open fire protocols, said the statement. The statement says that according to Hamas declarations and intel obtained by the Israeli army, a massive breach of the fence will be attempted. The army said it sanctions the Gaza border fence as a closed military perimeter, but no settlements and communities have received special instructions thus far. Haaretz, 11:50 a.m. Orthodox Union, Conference of Presidents kick-off embassy celebrations. U.S. Embassy relocation festivities got off to an early start Monday, with an 8:30 a.m. bagel breakfast celebration by the Israeli Office of the Orthodox Union and the Conference of Presidents of major American Jewish organizations on hand for the bagels and the speeches. Trump White House negotiator Jason Greenblatt, Israel's Education Minister Naftali Bennett, Opposition Leader MK Isaac Herzog, Zionist Union, Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin and former Chief Rabbi Uriel Lau. Gifts were handed out. U.S. Ambassador David Friedman got a mezuzah, presumably for the new embassy. Mnuchin received a Roman coin. The event went smoothly until the closing singing of the two countries' national anthems. The singer singing the U.S. anthem stumbled significantly following "Oh Say Can You See" despite the fact that the lyrics were projected on the wall next to him. Alison Kaplan Summer, 11:41 a.m. Arab League to meet over illegal U.S. embassy move. The Arab League will hold an extraordinary meeting to discuss the United States' illegal move of embassy to Jerusalem, state news agency MENA reported on Monday, citing an Arab diplomat. MENA said the meeting will be held on Wednesday at the level of permanent representatives to the Arab League to counter the illegal decision taken by the United States of America to transfer its embassy to Jerusalem. Reuters, 11:35 a.m. Israeli Arab lawmaker, today is a dark day. YMK Yusuf Jabarin, Joint List, says as a party will protest in front of the new U.S. embassy in Jerusalem. Today is a dark day for seekers of justice and peace. Transferring the embassy to Jerusalem is a spit in the face of the international community, and critically impedes the chance for peace in the entire region, said Jabarin. Jabarin called East Jerusalem occupied territory since 1967, and its annexation a violation of international law. He added that the alliance between pyromaniacs Trump and Netanyahu is dangerous and leading the region to ruin. Jack Kerry, 11:29 a.m. Al-Qaeda leader calls for jihad over embassy move. Al-Qaeda leader Ayman al-Zawahiri released a video on Sunday addressing the U.S. Embassy move to Jerusalem, calling on Muslims to wage jihad against the U.S. in a 5-minute video entitled Tel Aviv is also a land of Muslims. The Egyptian doctor who took charge of the global terror group after Osama bin Laden was killed in 2011, referred to the Palestinian Authority as the sellers of Palestine while urging followers to take up arms. The U.S. decision to move its embassy to Jerusalem, he said, proves that Palestinians have failed in their policy of negotiations and appeasement. Reuters. Read full story. 11:18 a.m. Palestinian Red Crescent, 22 Palestinians wounded from live gunfire. Thousands march at fence through tear gas. According to the report, 22 Palestinians have been wounded from live ammunition and shrapnel since protests began Monday. So far, no dead or seriously wounded reported. Thousands of young Gazans are reoperatively marching at the fence through massive tear gas fire. Jack Kerry, 11:14 a.m. Turkey's Erdogan condemns U.S. embassy move. Turkey's president has once again condemned the U.S. decision to move its Israel embassy to Jerusalem. In a statement published late Sunday, President Recep Tayyip Erdogan said the U.S. disregarded rights and justice, ignoring the international community. The new embassy is to be officially inaugurated on Monday. Erdogan says the move serves to reward the Israeli government despite it undermining efforts to resolve the decades-long conflict. While it punished Palestinians, Erdogan says, history and humanity will never forgive the injustices done to our Palestinian brothers. The Associated Press, 11:12 a.m. Gaza protests wounded tally stands at 5. Palestinians were wounded lightly from Israeli live gunfire during Monday's protests. According to report, all 5 were shot in the legs. Jack Kerry, 10:57 a.m. Hezbollah says U.S. embassy move in Jerusalem worthless. Iran-backed Lebanese group Hezbollah on Monday dismissed the U.S. decision to move the U.S. embassy to Jerusalem as a worthless unilateral step. Hezbollah's Al-Manar TV reported Sheikh Naim Qassem, in a televised speech in Beirut, also said attacks on Israeli positions in the Israeli-occupied Golan Heights last week had affirmed the balance of deterrence between Israel and its adversaries. Reuters. 10:53 a.m. Palestinian news correspondent wounded from live gunfire. Palestinian news network correspondent was shot in the leg east of Gaza City during protests. Jack Kerry, 10:48 a.m. Iran speaker, U.S. embassy move will stoke tension. Speaker of Iran's parliament is reportedly warning that moving the U.S. embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem will inflame tensions in the Middle East. Iran's semi-official ISNA news agency on Monday quoted Ali Larijani as saying, definitely their measures on moving their embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem and Iran's nuclear issue will not go unchallenged. These sorts of actions will increase tension in the region and the world. Larijani urged Muslim countries to take more serious measures in response to President Donald Trump's wrong and unwise decision to move the embassy to Jerusalem. Reuters. 10:30 a.m. 2 Palestinians reported wounded from live gunfire as thousands gather at border. 2 Palestinians were wounded from live gunfire east of Beraa in the Gaza Strip. The Gaza Health Ministry reported Monday thousands are gathering at the fence and have begun torching tires along the border. Palestinian news agency reports dozens of Gazans sending incendiary kites towards Israel. The Lebanese Al-Akhbar newspaper reported that Egypt presented a plan to open the Rafah crossing for regular service to allow goods and electricity into the strip in exchange for a calm at the fence. Cairo is adamant about halting protests at the border, fearing they may lead to military confrontation. The report said Khalil al-Hayya, deputy chief of Hamas diplomatic bureau, said the meeting with Egypt went well, with several reliefs for the blockade being discussed. He did not mention any concrete agreements and clarified that the protests will continue, maintaining their non-violent nature, according to him. Jack Kerry, 10:28 a.m. Don't go near the fence. Israeli military drops leaflets warning Palestinians to avoid Gaza border ahead of mass protests. The Israel Air Force has begun dropping leaflets over the Gaza Strip warning Palestinians not to approach the Israeli border or take part in any violent activity aimed at damaging the fence along the border. Yanukovych. Read full article. 12:30 a.m. Baptist pastor who said all Jews will go to hell to speak at U.S. Embassy ceremony. Dallas-based pastor Robert Jeffress, a Christian leader with a large following in Texas and a history of hateful comments against Muslims, Mormons and gay people will be speaking at Monday's ceremony. Jeffress once said that the dark dirty secret of Islam is that it is a religion that promotes pedophilia and that Islam is a heresy from the pit of hell. Amir Tarpan and Noah Landau, read full article 10:18 p.m. Palestinians in West Bank and Jerusalem urged to hold mass protests. Palestinians throughout the West Bank and Jerusalem are being urged to turn out en masse to protest Monday's transfer of the American embassy to Jerusalem and Nakba Day. It's still not clear how many Palestinians will answer this call, or to what extent the Palestinian Authority is willing to allow clashes with Israel. Jack Kelly, read full article 9:12 p.m. 26-year-old Palestinian woman critically wounded in eastern Gaza Strip. Health Ministry in Gaza says 8:41 p.m. Israeli military drops leaflets warning Gazans ahead of mass protests. Their force has begun dropping leaflets over the Gaza Strip warning Palestinians not to approach the Israeli border Monday or take part in any violent activity aimed at damaging the border fence or harming the soldiers deployed along it. The Israel Defense Forces is determined to defend Israel's citizens and sovereignty against Hamas attempts at terrorism under cover of violent riots, the leaflets say. Don't get near the fence and don't take part in Hamas shell, which endangers you. Air Force planes dropped the leaflets all over Gaza on Sunday. Yanukovych, read full article 7:44 p.m. The Prime Minister's residence will host a dinner at 9 p.m. for the U.S. delegation in Israel. 7:28 p.m. 3 wounded, 1 critically, by IDF fire in eastern Gaza. Health Ministry in Gaza says 7:07 p.m. Sheldon and Miriam Adelson tell Haaretz, "We are euphoric over embassy move." Noah Landau, 7:05 p.m. As Jared and Ivanka return to Israel, the once golden couple has lost its shine. What a difference a year makes. When Jared Kushner and Ivanka Trump came to Israel in May 2017, joining U.S. President Donald Trump on his first overseas trip, the future looked shiny with possibility. Ivanka and Jared descended from Air Force One as the newly anointed power couple of the Jewish world. Parts of the media had even dubbed the first daughter the most powerful Jewish woman in the United States. Presumably Ruth Bader Ginsburg and Elena Kagan needed to make way for the newly appointed senior advisor to the president. Alison Kaplan Summer, read full article 6:50 p.m. Mukin, U.S. will use financial tools to cut funding of terrorism. U.S. Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin said the U.S. uses financial tools to combat illicit activities and stopping the flow of funds that support them, adding that the U.S. will use tools to cut off terrorists from financial systems to the max. Mnuchin added that these tools work, which is why Trump withdrew from the Iran nuclear deal. Iran's destabilizing actions can no longer be enabled, Mnuchin said, adding that they threaten security of both countries, the region and the world. Noah Landau, 6:40 p.m. U.S. Deputy Secretary of State, U.S. Embassy move along overdue recognition of relief. U.S. Deputy Secretary of State John Sullivan called the move along overdue recognition of reality, calling the move essential for creating a roadmap for peace in the region. Noah Landau, 6:25 p.m. Netanyahu addresses foreign dignitaries honoring U.S. Embassy move to Jerusalem. Netanyahu opened his remarks by addressing Israel's victory in the 2018 Eurovision contest, saying those who didn't want Jerusalem in the Eurovision will get Eurovision in Jerusalem next year. The Prime Minister hailed Trump for making history, telling the 32 foreign representatives in the crowd to move your embassies to Jerusalem because it's the right thing to do and because it advances peace. Noah Landau, 6:24 p.m. Jerusalem Soccer Club that has never hired an Arab adds Trump to official name. Beitar Jerusalem Soccer Club announced Sunday it intends to change its name to Beitar Trump Jerusalem in honor of the U.S. President and his decision to move the U.S. Embassy to Jerusalem. Haaretz, read the full article 6:10 p.m. How Trump has intensified America's immoral support for Israel's alt-right government. Opinion 6:05 p.m. Adelson, Nathan Eshel, Yossi Cohen in attendance. Jerusalem Embassy Gala. American business mogul and philanthropist Sheldon Adelson, Nathan Eshel, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's former chief of staff, and Mossad chief Yossi Cohen are attending the gala ahead of the official opening of the U.S. Embassy in Jerusalem. Noah Landau, 6 p.m. Opinion, West Bank Palestinians protest Trump, but abandon their Gazan brothers. Not only have Palestinians never been weaker, more divided and more helpless, but they've never been more abandoned, even by those closest to them, and even by their own leadership. Muhammad Shihada, 5:15 p.m. Israeli flag march passes through Palestinian parts of Jerusalem. Tens of thousands of teenage religious Zionists are taking part Sunday in the annual flag march in Jerusalem, which marks the anniversary of the 1967 merger of West and East Jerusalem. As usual, the march's route is taking participants through the Old City's Muslim Quarter. In previous marches, participants shouted racist anti-Palestinian slogans while Palestinians and left-wing activists held protests. Nir Hassan, read full story. 5:00 p.m. in Jerusalem, Michelle Bachmann apologizes for remarks about converting Jews. Former U.S. presidential candidate Michelle Bachmann delivered an emotional mea culpa on Sunday for previous statements that caused great offense to the Jewish community. In an interview with a Christian radio program in November 2015, the former Republican congresswoman from Minnesota, who is a devout Christian, had suggested that mass conversions of Jews be undertaken in order to expedite the second coming of Jesus. Judy Maltz, read full story. 4:45 p.m. Israel enlists amateur drone racers to stop kite bombs from Gaza. Israel has begun enlisting amateur drone racers to deal with the onslaught of burning kites being flown from Gaza into Israel, where they usually start brush fires. The hobbyist-operated Run Racer drones, which can reach speeds of up to 110 mph and were first deployed on Friday, either fly through the kites to shred them or down them with the help of fish hooks. Yanukovych, read full article. 2:30 p.m. Jared and Ivanka to join representatives from 32 countries in Embassy Gallup. These are the countries that will attend tonight's event, together with a U.S. delegation that includes U.S. President Donald Trump's daughter Ivanka and son-in-law and advisor Jared Kushner, who landed earlier today, Albania, Angola, Austria, Cameroon, Congo, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Ivory Coast, Czech Republic, Dominican Republic, El Salvador, Ethiopia, Georgia, Guatemala, Honduras, Hungary, Kenya, Macedonia, Burma, Nigeria, Panama, Peru, the Philippines, Romania, Rwanda, Serbia, South Sudan, Thailand, Ukraine, Vietnam, Paraguay, Tanzania and Zambia. Netanyahu met with Kushner. The official U.S. delegation is headed by Deputy Secretary of State, John J. Sullivan, and will also include Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin and 12 members of Congress. The event will be boycotted by most European Union ambassadors in Israel. Noah Landau, read full article. 12:47 p.m. Israel braces for escalation in Gaza, West Bank as Iran tensions to ease after a satisfactory outcome, for the time being, that ended the round of clashes with Iran and Syria. Israel's defense establishment will have to focus this week on events in the territories. The main risk of escalation spiraling out of control will come from the major protests planned along the border fence with the Gaza Strip on Monday and Tuesday, but in the north too. The massive strikes by the Israel Air Force and thwarting Iranian action were not the end of the matter, and at this point there is no hint that Iran is considering putting a stop to establishing itself militarily in Syria. Hamas-sponsored demonstrations were held at the Gaza border Friday for the 7th consecutive week. One Palestinian was killed and hundreds were wounded, some by live fire, representing a decline in casualties. Hamas' latest action, sending kites with incendiary devices into kibbutz and moshav fields near the Gaza border, which the media has dramatically dubbed kite terror, to the displeasure of Israel Defense Forces officers, seems to have met its match. Amos Harrell, read full analysis. 12:03 p.m. Record number of Jews visit Temple Mount. Violent clashes erupted on Sunday morning between the Jerusalem WAQF and the Israel police at the entrance to the Temple Mount in Jerusalem. As hundreds of Jews visited the compound during the confrontation, a policeman slapped a young Palestinian who shouted at Jews praying there, causing a violent riot. The riots erupted after police removed a number of underage Israelis who had been praying in the compound against regulations. Jewish Temple Mount group said that 1,620 Jews visited the site before noon. On Sunday, apparently a record daily number of Jewish visitors since 1967, when Israel occupied the Old City during the 1967 war. Nir Hassan, read full article. 7:30 a.m. Weekend of violence. Airstrike hits Gaza tunnel. The Israeli military said the Air Force struck an attack tunnel in Gaza Saturday evening. Explosions were heard in the Strip's north. According to the Israel Defense Forces, the tunnel was located a few meters from Israeli territory and, upon completion, would have led to the Israeli community of Kibbutz Erez. Gaza's health ministry reported Saturday evening that a 15-year-old Palestinian died of wounds he sustained during Friday's protests along the border. The ministry identified him as Jamal Abu Rahman Afain,